Great. Hi, everyone. This is Dina Moskowitz with SaaSmax, and I'm here on April 20th to do this snapshot webinar with a really great SaaS application company named IntelligenceBank. And I'm here with David Porter, who's their their Vice President of Sales. And the agenda that we're going to go through today is going to keep it short and sweet. First, we're going to give you a quick overview on who SaaSmax is, and then we'll move into talking about IntelligenceBank and why clients buy IntelligenceBank, and therefore why it's such a great software that you can sell to your clients, what their sales model is and the pricing and the commissions and what extra incentives there are for you to earn. We'll be able to show you how your commissions ramp up and how you get started pitching and working, pitching and closing deals on IntelligenceBank, and then how to get started. So SaaSmax briefly is a matchmaker and a value-add distributor specifically for software as a service applications. And we have a very strong team of primarily channel executives and then SaaS executives who have come together to recognize and help SaaS companies get to market with their innovative solutions like the ones we have today, so that they can partner with the right resellers who can bring these to their clients. Basically, when you join SaaSmax as a reseller, you will receive special offers and incentives from SaaS vendors who are very channel friendly. In fact, for those who are new to the channel, we've been helping them with micro consulting so that they can put together a best practices program. And those who are very well established obviously already understand how to work with you very effectively and profitably. You have a dedicated partner success manager who's going to talk to you about what you're looking for, who your clients are, and how we can match you with the right software programs. We have our website itself has a search capability so that you can identify more of the right SaaS solutions for your customers. And when you look at the profiles of those, you'll see that the data we provide is very efficient so that you really can typically find most of what you need right there, including demos, including links, including white papers, including everything about the reseller programs and how to register as a partner. Also, we provide education, much like we're doing today. And in the future, what's rolling out right now is a very exciting piece of our platform where you as a SaaS reseller will be able to have your own white labeled SaaS web store with quote-to-cash billing and also referral capability so that you can monetize your sales of SaaS software from a one-stop shop. So now I'm really excited to introduce you to David Porter. He is the VP of Sales and Channel of North America for IntelligenceBank. And he's awesome. He's a Canadian with a really cool accent, but he's worked in the software industry developing partnerships since 2001, and he's been a channel executive for that long, and he's really done a great job of generating millions of dollars in revenue for the various companies that he's worked with. So he's really an industry legend in a way. He's worked with a lot of the giants and big distributors, and so he has a very good grasp of how to partner with channel partners and create very successful programs. And so the fact that he's himself aligned himself with IntelligenceBank GRC in and of itself is a great endorsement for IntelligenceBank. So David, welcome, and you may want to just start by telling us about this special offer for our partners.
Thank you very much, Dina. Much appreciated. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. So we have a special offer, as Dina mentioned, for all new resellers, SaaSmax resellers that will start at the gold level for the first 12 months. And I'll describe what the gold level is once we dive into the details of our partner program. But again, my name is David Porter, and I'm VP of Sales and Channel Partners for North America. And I'm pleased to tell you a little bit about IntelligenceBank and our partner program today in hopes of generating some long-term mutually beneficial partnerships. So IntelligenceBank, just a little introduction, was started in 2009, is an out-of-the-box software platform that's highly configurable. Okay, so we help teams to put a better process around compliance and risk programs. Also, by becoming a referral or reseller partner of IntelligenceBank, we give you a very highly flexible and easy-to-use software platform to assist your clients with their process. Next slide, please, Dina. So Intelligence Bank has been productized into three main ways. One of those ways is governance, risk, and compliance, which we'll focus on today. But you should also be aware that we have a digital asset management product as well as a board portal product. Digital asset management just being the ability to manage all of the digital assets within an organization as well as their creative process through the software platform and their compliance around their marketing process within the Intelligence Bank platform. And then the board portal assists boards in managing their board process in a digital auditable way in a secure environment. So just keep in mind that we do have those productized versions of the platform available as well, and those are available to you should you become a reseller of Intelligence Bank. So we have more than 200,000 worldwide users, and we have been consistently rated #1 in services in our client services as evidenced by our awards by software comparison sites such as G2 Crowd and Capterra. So what working with Intelligence Bank will allow you to do is deepen your client relationships and generate more income. So next slide, please, Dina. So why bring Intelligence Bank to your clients? First of all, it's a relatively easy introduction to your clients. So your clients are likely experiencing a lot of pain around managing their compliance program. We see this with a number of different businesses across a number of different business lines. And that's evidenced by the growing GRC market that's currently growing at more than 25% as boards are demanding more compliance systems rather than spreadsheets and ad hoc processes around compliance programs. So your clients are likely looking for a solution, and it's not really a nice to have, which we find sort of in the digital asset management space. It's a nice to have for marketing teams. Maybe things are out of control, but they don't have to have it for compliance purposes. They're not going to be audited necessarily by an external party on an annual or quarterly basis. But for risk and compliance, that's what we're finding is that people have to have something in place. And a lot of clients are currently using spreadsheets, emails, and manual task reminders to manage the life cycle of a risk or a compliance process. And it grows out of control. And so the people that are tasked with managing these programs are finding that they're not able to keep on top of all of the daily tasks, and the C-suite who has oversight of the process isn't able to get the reporting that they need out of the spreadsheets, and it's taking up a lot of time. So what we're doing is addressing a serious pain point for our clients when it comes to their risk and compliance process. Some of your clients may also be using a complicated, expensive alternative that manages a part of their compliance process that is difficult to implement across their entire compliance program, and we give them an alternative that is easy to use and cost effective. So essentially, we're going to give you something that enables your client to save both time, money, and pain in their day, and they're going to love you for it. Next slide, please. So what we help to do is to take the complexity out of GRC programs, and we help clients to map their process to our highly configurable software platform, and that's part of the implementation procedure. There's a number of different things that we see when it comes to GRC. Some of the standard, more well-known compliance processes like ISO 27001, Sarbanes-Oxley, SOC 1, SOC 2, PCI compliance. These are all things that a number of different businesses have to manage that we have templates for that can be easily deployed for new clients. But we can also customize that process because no two compliance programs are exactly the same. There's different stakeholders involved, there's different workflows, and we go to great lengths to learn from our clients who's involved in the process, and then we map that to the software platform. And I should mention that we're not experts in GRC, nor do you have to be an expert in GRC in order to resell IntelligenceBank. We are a software provider that listens to our clients and then maps their process to the platform. So that's, in essence, something that we can do alongside of you with your clients to our mutual benefit, or it's something that, as you become familiar with the software, that you can go ahead and do yourself and increase the revenue stream associated with the services side of our business. Next slide, please, Dina. Okay, so IntelligenceBank makes the, helps, as I mentioned, to take the complexity out of GRC programs. So we take the time to get to know our clients, something that we can involve you in as much or as little as possible. So you see when we go through our partner program, we have referral levels, and we also have the ability to support you in your effort to onboard your clients. So depending upon what you're looking for out of our channel program, we will accommodate your specific and unique requirements within our model. IntelligenceBank can also be a one-stop shop for all GRC requirements. So because it's such a highly configurable piece of software, we're finding that a lot of organizations are using, different survey tools, compliance tools for their risk program, and another one for control self-assessment, and another one for reporting. Or, as I mentioned, they're using spreadsheets or multiple spreadsheets to manage multiple processes. So what we can do is we can map that entire program to the platform. So we give them one auditable area to come and find all of the, or to take care of all of their GRC needs. IntelligenceBank is also very easy and quick to implement. So one of the things that you need when it comes to implementing IntelligenceBank is just familiarity with the software. Now, it's not rocket science, okay? It doesn't require any technical capabilities, any coding requirements to set up. It just requires familiarity with the different tools within the software in order to map the client's process in the most effective manner. And that's something that we do through the implementation process, and again, something that you can do as well. And then on top of that, we provide 6-star service. Our clients are exceptionally happy with our customer service. We have a 97% client retention rate when it comes to a number of clients that use IntelligenceBank, and that is a result of our world-class customer success team and our willingness to always go the extra mile for our clients and our partners. And again, depending upon what level of service and support you want us to provide, or you want to provide yourself, we'll either support you or support the client in the best way possible to make sure that we are fostering long-term beneficial relationships for all of our partners and our clients going forward.
Now, Dave,
next slide.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you to address quickly, who would be the typical executives in their clients' organizations that would use it, but also that would be responsible for the purchase decision?
Yeah, so we're looking at, typically it will be the vice president of risk and compliance within an organization that will make that will both be a user and make that purchase decision of the software platform. Now that is more for kind of the ones that are being deployed on an enterprise-wide level. So sometimes we see departmental instances, and that might be a director of compliance or a manager of compliance that makes those decisions for the more day-to-day operations. But the nice thing about those smaller implementations is that they typically grow. So they'll see the value in their smaller implementations, and then they'll spread out to the organization as a whole. But yeah, you're looking at vice president of risk and compliance or director of risk is the typical executive sponsor.
Excellent. And typically, before you get into pricing, can you share again your sweet spot as far as the industries that you're serving?
Yeah, so the industries that we're currently serving, or that we are have targeted our efforts at to date, are healthcare, finance. So finance being, banks, insurance companies, mortgage companies, that type of thing, as well as state government agencies. Now we have clients in the energy industry. We have clients in the entertainment industry. So auditing, using the software platform to ensure factory compliance overseas for managing their intellectual property, those types of things. But really, most businesses have some sort of compliance requirement. And so just getting to know those different industries is one of the reasons why we like the channel, because we can partner with people that are either well known in an industry or who have client relationships in an industry or are knowledgeable about the requirements in an industry, and we can partner together to our mutual benefit to serve that industry, us as the software experts that can assist in mapping the risk and compliance program to the software platform, and the reseller partner as the expert within that particular market vertical.
Gotcha. Yeah, it is a huge opportunity for the right channel partners, no doubt.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, so just kind of a snapshot of some of the deals that we do. So sort of our average deal is in the 20 to 30,000 range, again, depending upon scope, complexity, and whether or not it's an enterprise deployment. There is, multiple six figures, sort of $300,000 to $500,000 deals that we've done in the GRC space, and then there's smaller deals, as you can see here, up to 10 licenses, being about $3,500 per year, with a $4,000 implementation services, okay? And typically those smaller deployments will be those departmental deployments. So they're quick and easy to execute on. The client makes a very quick buying decision on those, and then they have the opportunity to grow as other departments realize the benefits associated with the small implementation. I should mention as well, when we look at the structures for the deal, so we have user license, and then we have implementation services, and these are just in general what the implementation services would be, but those can be entirely performed by any of our reseller partners as well. So if you're looking to increase your share of revenue generated on a per deal basis, we will support you and train you on how to provide the implementation services during the initial parts of our engagement, and you're able to do those implementation services yourself as you become familiar with the software. Or it's something that you can entirely offload onto us. So again, we're flexible in the way we set things up, and we want to work in a way that makes the most sense for our key partners. So we can see, just back up 1 second, Dina. Just wanted to touch on these other deals as well. So sort of up to 100 users, which is kind of a fairly standard size deal, is going to be about 34,000, 35,000 in licenses, and then implementation services grow because the complexity and scope of the implementation grows. And then we've got our large unlimited users where we have implementation services of 15,000. So sometimes that'll even balloon up to about 25,000 depending upon what's required. And there is also an ongoing services requirement, services option that we provide to our clients, whereby if there's some additional work that needs to be done on a monthly basis, new features, potential for new databases and forms, bringing a new process to life within the platform over the course of a year, you can provide that as an ongoing revenue stream as well. And that's something that, again, we can do for you, for your clients, or something that you can provide yourself as you become familiar with the software, so that you're assisting with the management of the software while ratcheting up your revenue take on each deal. Okay, so the referral and reseller programs that we offer, again, everybody will start at the gold referral partner. That's a SaaSmax reseller. So we've got essentially just looking for introductions, and we will sell with you and support the customer as much as you would like, or as little as you would like, depending upon how you want to structure the relationship with the end client. And our goal here is a win-win, and to support you in closing more business, and whatever we can do to facilitate that, I will personally enable, as well as make sure that my team is performing in that manner as well. So we've got 20% on year one for the gold level. So we've got a $25,000 deal. It's going to be about $5K in commission for an introduction. Now, if you're interested in providing more of the sales and support for the client, we've got our platinum reseller partner, which offers 35% on year one revenues and 20% on years 2+. So, and again, keep in mind that there is also recurring elements depending upon, what sort of maintenance and support you want to provide as a part of those packages. That's something we can provide guidance on. We do that for a number of our direct clients, in addition to all of the implementation services that you can take as much or as little as you want to as well, depending upon how familiar you are with the software and your ability to implement or your desire to implement. Okay. Next slide, please, Dina. All right, so just an example of what a ramp would look like with IntelligenceBank GRC. So the gold at 20%, and then the platinum at 35 and 20 for years 2+. We can see we go from 35 to 55 to 75 to 95 on 4 deals per year at 25K each. And one of the nice things about the GRC market is that, that average sale price is starting to creep upwards for us, and we're noticing that sort of over the last 6 or so months that average sale price is creeping up because people are becoming much less sort of price sensitive when it comes to GRC because it is something that is being mandated. They have to do it. And so we're seeing that those prices are increasing. People are wanting us to take on more of the heavy lifting. So those average sale prices are fairly modest when it comes to projected values. Next slide, please, Dina. Okay, so just again, on IntelligenceBank GRC, how to pitch to your clients. So one of the things that we found with we have sort of outbound or outreach email programs that we use, and what we find is when we send things around pain points that we know our clients are experiencing, our prospective clients are experiencing around the use of spreadsheets, manual task reminders, and shared drives in order to accommodate their risk and compliance process. When we hit them with that, we hit them with a very distinct pain point at a point in time that they may have 10 spreadsheets open. So this is something that is readily they readily associate with, and they understand that, hey, I need something, my spreadsheets are out of control, and the C-suite is really looking for a way to have oversight on the program. You can imagine a C-level employee, a CEO or COO having to sign off on a SOX report and submit to the SEC when they don't have great visibility on the compliance program that's in place. So we can help them to solve that problem of untrackable spreadsheets, email, and shared drives. In addition, it is that one-stop shop for all of the GRC requirements, and it's very easy to implement across an entire risk and compliance program. Some of the incumbent companies, some competitors like RSA Archer, IBM Open Pages, Compliance 360, they're all very difficult to implement, and we hear that from clients and prospective clients that range from small mortgage exchange companies right through to Walmart and Sony Pictures, for example, are using those programs, and they're having difficulty implementing and managing their compliance process with those programs, and they love the simplicity of IntelligenceBank and that it gets them exactly what they need at the end of the day from a risk and compliance management perspective. Okay, so again, very easy to implement and maintain, highly customizable, and we offer that unrivaled support to both our partners and clients. Next slide, please, Dina.
Sure.
Okay, so that's it for the formal part of the presentation today. If you are interested in next steps, you can see here how to get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us through SaaSmax or directly, or self-register at our partner page, and we'd love to further the conversation and give you some more information about how we can mutually benefit from a business relationship.
Excellent. David, you did a great job of explaining this and really distilling it down for the partners, so we really appreciate it. There are a couple of questions. One of them was actually about how long do you typically see a sales cycle from sort of the point of the first conversation to close? How long is it taking?
Yeah, you know what? It typically varies, but averages are what they are. So we're looking at somewhere in the 2 to 3 month range, but that is from exploratory to close. Okay. Now, the exception that we're seeing is becoming more the rule is for these organizations that need something, like they have an upcoming audit, like let's say next quarter there's an audit that's coming, and this quarter they say, I need to get everything from my spreadsheets and my existing program into an auditable platform, and I need it now. And those are closing a lot quicker. Those can close in weeks rather than months, but the average would be 2 to 3 months.
So they can close that soon before an audit and really start to still make use of it. It doesn't take them months to figure out.
No, because what we do is we facilitate the entire implementation process. So we get their program up and running within the software platform, and that can happen in 3 to 5 weeks. And during that process, what we can do is we can actually ingest all of their existing compliance information. So anything they have in those spreadsheets, we can ingest that into the databases so that they can start making use of that program immediately.
Gotcha. That's great. So here's another question, which is this software only on the cloud hosted by you, or do you have a version where it could be hosted in the client's servers? Or
Yep, so
tenant?
Yep. So we can do all. Typically, like 90% plus of our clients, from a sheer numbers perspective, are hosted in the cloud. We host with AWS in California, so you get best of breed security, 2 times daily backup, all that good stuff. We have great security and privacy documentation around that usually puts IT departments at rest when it comes to any concerns that they have. But we will also, for clients, host on their servers or on their own instance of a server. There's additional maintenance costs associated with that that again the channel partners can benefit from as well, because we need to maintain a separate instance of the software. And typically those are reserved for the larger clients where we will go ahead and do that. We wouldn't do an on-site or an on-premise installation for one of those smaller the sub $10,000 clients, for example. But certainly for larger clients, we have several installations that are very large. State governments is one of the areas where sometimes they'll require an on-premise installation, obviously due to sensitivity of the data that they're looking to capture. So we'll do those for them, but those are typically the larger deals.
Got it. And one question came in. So back to the pitch. Is the pitch a little bit different for an enterprise pitch versus a small or medium business? And what would that difference be?
Well, the difference in the pitch for an enterprise deployment is typically around gathering information from individual employees. So a lot of times what they'll be doing, what enterprise clients will be doing, is they will be surveying their employees on an annual or a quarterly or a biannual basis. So they'll be looking at some sort of a survey management tool to run control self-assessment, for example. Now, what we will do is we will accommodate for those enterprise deployments depending upon what the use case is through our pricing model. So our pricing model becomes flexible after 100 users. There's the enterprise level, but there's also some flexibility between that 100 users and the enterprise level, and that's reflected in the individual use cases. So those more enterprise deployments are giving, so a lot of times it'll be C-suite, the C-level that's looking for those enterprise deployments, will even be a step higher than the VP, and they are looking for it as one place to drive their employees to that is in a secure environment, that is permission-based access to specific things. So the fact that we can lock down the program becomes extremely important to those to that level of deployment. In addition to that, the advanced reporting capabilities of IntelligenceBank really comes into play when you're looking at more of an enterprise-wide deployment. So the ability to create custom stats reports based on any of the information that's captured within the IntelligenceBank platform, and then display that information dynamically in customizable dashboards so that people can get a snapshot view of where they're at with their compliance program, the C-suite in particular, is exceptionally valuable to that. Like that's really what the C-suite cares about, is what sort of reporting can I get out of this, and how easy is it going to be for me to get my finger on the pulse of where we're at across the enterprise.
Got it. Excellent. So if partners want to actually touch and see and play around with the software to get familiar with it, is there a NFR, a not for resale version, that they can get a license to, or is there a a special demo or something they can do to learn more pretty quickly?
Yes, most definitely. So we can provide them with an NFR software version for sure, and we'll also be happy to set up times to walk them through the software so that they can understand how it works and what's customizable, and we'll provide training and online tutorials around how to use the software. And I think most partners will recognize fairly quickly that, yeah, hey, you know what, this is just something that once you become familiar with it, you're an expert in how it works.
Got it. Well, David, this was great. We're already at the end of our half hour, so we're going to have to stop it here. But as everyone knows, we are recording this. We will send it to you for you to share with your colleagues. And if you want to reach David directly, either let us know through SaaSmax, or you can reach out to him directly from his email, which is on this slide here, david@intelligencebank.com. Of course, you can go right through SaaSmax if you want to do it at a later date. And if you're interested in becoming a reseller on SaaSmax and selling more SaaS, for a few of you who I see that we don't recognize in our membership already, the best person to contact is Clint Gatewood. He's our channel chief, and his email address is ccgatewood@saasmax.com. We have a lot of upcoming webinars and events that we will be hosting, and we'll be sending you information on those as well. But for now, David, you were awesome. IntelligenceBank GRC is a great application. It's a really profitable opportunity for channel partners, and I strongly encourage you all to give it a shot, learn a little more about it, and definitely consider bringing it onto your catalog, your line card. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks again for being here with us at SaaSmax, and we will be in touch soon. Have a great afternoon. David, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you, Dina.